Hey Bronxians, welcome back to another episode of Wolverine TV, Election Edition. I'm Julia.
And I'm Grace. Let's start the SO speeches with Sage Blank, who's running for JSLT.
Hi, I'm Sage Blank, and I'm running to be your next JSLT. My past 2 years at Bronx Science, I've gone through a lot of change. We've adapted to a fully remote school year and then relearned, as a community, how to be back into a full person. Yet, there is still a lot of change that needs to happen in the future. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 ideas that I have as ways to improve our school for the future. As a member of the advisory board, a group of students who meet with Ms. Hoyle monthly, I have seen that there is a clear disconnect between our school administration and our students, and more importantly, a very big difference in priorities and ideas. As JSLT, I will act as your representative and help to make sure that to help bridge the gap between you and our school leadership. First, I know that can feel like it's hard to make change in Bronx Science, especially because it's such a big school. That is why I'm going to implement an SLT suggestion box. It will be a Google form available to every student where you can submit suggestions or ideas that you would like to see brought up at future SLT meetings. The only way we can implement meaningful change is with the input of every student, and the suggestion box will allow this to happen. Second, I want to make Bronx Science a more interesting place for you to be. I know that for most of us, our full emphasis is on the academics, but I want to emphasize other parts of our school lives as well. One way I'll do this is by including our alumni more. Imagine how cool it could be if you could get a doctor to come speak to your AP Bio class, or an author to come into your English class. These opportunities will help to further our education now and also help into the future. And lastly, I want to increase our school spirit overall. The Bronx Science Athletics account has done a great job of this, but I'm going to have more school spirit days where people can wear their uniforms or Bronx Science colors and pep rallies outside, weather and COVID permitting, to celebrate our success of our sports teams. A vote for me is ensuring that you have a representative who will put you first. So remember, today, don't blank, vote Sage.
Our second candidate for JSLT is Malena Galletto.
Hey Bronx Science, I'm Malena Galletto and I'm running to be your next JSLT. The best kind of voter is an informed one, and I will ensure that every student has the information necessary to be a productive member of the Bronx Science community. Students must have access to important information about the school, especially the information discussed in SLT meetings. The school website advertises that students and parents are welcome to attend, but people rarely know about this opportunity. As JSLT, I will ensure that SLT meeting notes, times, dates, and locations are easily accessible to students and parents through the use of social media, Wolverine TV, and Next Week in Preview emails. Although it is crucial to the development of Bronx Science students that we are informed on period health and hygiene, we often do not have access to this information. Not being informed on hygiene and menstruation can have catastrophic effects on our health. For example, if students are not informed of the proper uses of tampons, it is likely that they are at risk for toxic shock syndrome, which can be fatal. It is for reasons like these that we must have access to information about our bodies and how to properly care for them. As JSLT, I will distribute informational pamphlets on hygiene and period health targeted at students who have not taken health, not only for our education, but also for our safety. As a member of the Hispanic community at Bronx Science, I understand we may be small in numbers, but this does not mean we should feel unheard in our school community. I understand it is easy to feel excluded and underrepresented as a minority group. The best course of action is to create a network where individuals can raise concerns and make connections amongst the Hispanic community here at Bronx Science, including students, staff, and parents. My top priority is to ensure that you feel heard and represented here at Bronx Science. Thank you, and remember, on April 7th, vote for Malena.
The final candidate for JSLT is Jessica Singh.
Good morning, Bronx Science. I'm sure you've heard these words almost every day. That's me, Jessica Singh, bringing you your daily dose of news and hilarious jokes. This has made me well-versed with what goes on in our school and how we can better tackle it. I want your voices to be heard, especially with the SLT, where I will have meetings with the PA and DOE. Beyond this, I've been a part of the Senate for the past 2 years, competed as a varsity public forum debater and MVP, and a part of the Student Diversity Committee, so I know the potential that our student body has. I know that we want more. We want more opportunities, more safety and ease, and more fun. First, I will expand student-based tutoring outside of just the NHS. It's been hard to find a tutor throughout the system, so I'll make it so there's a new tutoring board where upperclassmen and underclassmen can help out, get leadership positions, and help volunteer. This way, everyone will have a tutor that needs it. Second, stress about internships, I'll make it so your teachers have internship broadcasts on Google Classroom, and you'll be able to connect to alumni in an easier way. There will be an alumni spreadsheet, and you will be able to email alumni that you find interesting, and there will also be more ways for you to get to know about your future. Second, want safety and ease? Tired of standing in the long, crowded morning lines? Let's fix that and add more. I'll also add urinal dividers, more bathroom stocking, menstrual products, and mirrors, and water fountains that actually work so you can get the necessities that you need. Third, let's have fun. Want to be on the morning announcements representing your culture, teams, and clubs? Let's make it happen. Add more student voices. I also want to bring you more outdoor seating and public picnic areas, and let's make it so you have a say in what snacks we have, what areas of the school we can go to, and what places that we can make, and ways for us to make Bronx Science a better place. You will always have clarity with my ideas and student surveys. You'll always be able to talk to me, and I'll bring your ideas straight to the SLT. So remember, electing a leader that stands for you. Vote just for JSLT when polls open. Remember, you know best. Vote for Jess.
Good luck to all the JSLT candidates.
Now, first up for Senior Council President is Annie Chen.
Hi juniors, did you know that I recently lost my ID? The very first one, given to us during freshman year. When I first saw my new ID, I realized that I smiled brighter, and I only have you guys to thank for that. The unique and talented class of 2023 came back after a year indoors with new ideas, new hair, and new styles. As a result, I've seen the personal growth of this class, and I intend to make senior year the best that it can be. I intend to build senior year around three main values: memorable, inclusiveness, and community building. For memory, let's have a token festival and more events. For inclusiveness, let's have a virtual scrapbook where everyone contribute, and more. For community building, let's have a senior Olympics where your skills in cup pong can extend further than game pigeon. Juniors, time is a finite resource, and we only have so much energy to make senior year the best that it can be. Much like my new ID picture, I want you all to smile brighter. So remember, anywhere, anytime, vote Annie Chen for a good time.
Our second candidate for Senior Council President is Kanae Funabiki.
Hi guys, I'm Kanae Funabiki, and I'm running for the role of Senior Council President. Here are my qualifications. I'm the event organizer for Japan Children's Society, event and social media manager for Bronx Science's History Club, and have helped out with several different events and fundraisers for my ballet school, which I've been enrolled in for the past 14 years. These past 3 years in Bronx Science has been such a roller coaster with a year and a half in Zoom. However, we have managed to create the most amazing memories here in Bronx Science and have continued to build up on our community within our grade. We are certainly feeling the closeness of senior year as the weather's getting better and we're getting rid of sweaters. So, visualize what you want your senior year to look like. Do you want to leave your mark here as seniors in Bronx Science? Do you want to look forward to several new events? With me as your Senior Council President, I will make sure to implement your ideas as well as mine, and for future events and occasions. I will also make sure to be your voice to push to a better and more stress-alleviating senior year. Let's have a senior movie night where people will be able to go out and watch a movie all together at night. I do not just have fun and exciting events planned, I also believe that it's very important to alleviate stress throughout the college application process as well. So let's have, for example, Zoom study sessions where free for everyone to join, where people will be able to work together to lessen their amount of procrastination levels for the college application process. I have several more ideas that I would love to implement as Senior Council President. And through my event planning and volunteer experience, and with my passion, dedication for this, and my hardworking ethic, I believe that I'm by far the most qualified and promising candidate as Senior Council President. A vote for me means a vote for celebrating the senior years in the best ways possible. So on April 7th, don't forget to aim high, vote Kanae.
Lastly, running for Senior Council President is Lizzie Langford.
Hi everyone, I'm Lizzie Langford, and I'm running to be Senior Council President for the class of 2023. As a member of two varsity sports teams,
liaison of a teen-run food pantry, and treasurer of the business society, I know what it's like to be a team player, and I understand what my classmates need in order to have a successful and stress-free senior year. 2023 is the year we've been waiting for, and I want us to live up to those expectations. So with that, first I want to implement special senior spirit days on the 23rd of each month. In addition, I want to have a tea cart in the back of the cafeteria for seniors on Tuesdays, Tea Tuesdays. Also, I'd like to have a second semester senior celebration for our hard work to pay off. In addition, I'd like to offer weekly tours of the Holocaust Museum, as we didn't get the opportunity to do this because our sophomore year was online. Also, I'd like to end the year off with a senior scavenger hunt, leading us through our old classrooms and with that bringing back our memories here at Bronx Science. Class of 2023, our hard work deserves to pay off. I promise to put all my efforts into our senior year. So with that, go out with a bang, vote Liz Lang.
Great speeches.
Now, Andrew Friedland is first up for SO Secretary.
Hi Bronx Science, my name is Andrew Friedland and I'm running to be your next SO Secretary. As a member of the Senate for the past 2 years, a varsity public forum debater, and a member of the track team, I not only have what it takes to be a good teammate, but also a strong leader. My experiences have given me the insight to improve Bronx Science, and therefore I will make Bronx Science a more comfortable, accepting, and fun environment. In order to do so, it is absolutely crucial to me that we have more time to socialize and make new friends, especially for those without a lunch period, which is why I want to have more events during and after school hours. To elaborate, we should have a junior jubilee and a senior smash in addition to the freshman fringe and sophomore social events. Furthermore, we should have a fashion show at the end of the year, cooking and dance competitions, so that our talented individuals can show off their skills, and we should also have parades around the school at the end of the year, or just parades around the school so that we can celebrate more school spirit. Additionally, in order to celebrate our athletic teams, let's have student versus faculty games as well as Bronx Science Olympics, where our athletic teams will go head-to-head in a bracket system until we find out who our ultimate champion is. And this will be another way so that we can garner more school spirit, and I think this will just be a really fun event. Moving on, let's also have cultural, religious, and seasonal decorations around the school building so that our school feels more homey, and this will also serve to celebrate our heritage. Moving on, we should also have menstrual products in a gender-neutral restroom, as well as an LGBTQ Pride Day, so that our LGBTQ community feels more accepted and represented here at Bronx Science. So, if you want Bronx Science to be a more comfortable, accepting, and especially a lot more fun environment, then remember, he stands for you. Vote Andrew.
Second on the ballot for SO Secretary is Hayden Klinger.
Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Hayden, and I'm here to give you all a reason to be excited about being stuck in homeroom for 40 minutes. So why am I qualified to be your next secretary? As a member of the SO Cabinet, Senate, and the varsity baseball team, I've learned how to be a leader and work with others. These experiences have prepared me for the role of secretary. Also, this year, I've chaired a multitude of events, including the Haunted House, Fresh and Fringle, Sophomore Social, and Comfy Spirit Week. You all like free ice cream and raffles, right? Well, during my time this year on the SO Cabinet, I saw the excitement from the Fresh and Fringle and Sophomore Social. Now, I'm going to create a version of this event for all grades. I also plan to bring back an in-person Clash of the Colors to Bronx Science. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to be a classic, can't-drive New Yorker. This is why I'm going to create a bulletin board and website dedicated to driver's ed resources. Also, since many of us students are passionate about giving back to the community, I will create a separate bulletin board dedicated solely to community service opportunities. When teachers post all of their assignments on Google Classroom, it makes it so much easier to keep track of work and makes missing a day of school so much less stressful. This is why I'm going to work with the department heads to encourage all teachers to post all of their work on Google Classroom. Every year, free menstrual products are promised, but it never actually happens. This is why I'm going to collaborate with the PTA to get appropriate funding, and I will personally create a committee of students to maintain and oversee the supplies. I would like to congratulate both of my opponents, Evan and Andrew. You guys did a great job. Thank you all so much for listening. And remember, don't be Hayden, vote for Hayden. Thank you.
Lastly, we have Evan Lee for SO Secretary.
Hey Bronx Science, my name is Evan and I'm running to be your next SO Secretary. I'm a current junior as well as a member of the SO Senate. I'm here today mainly to talk to you about my platform, but also to give you some insight on what I would represent if I were to win this election. So starting off, I built my platform around the idea of these two key terms, and those terms are access and information. Having been a student here at Bronx Science for 3 years now, I've realized that information disparity can cause a huge barrier to success. Additionally, lack of access to beneficial resources can truly create a severe lack of help in high school. That's why, as secretary, I would bridge the gap. For example, I'd want to organize meetings between the underclassmen and upperclassmen, as well as going above and beyond the Big Sips program. I hope to give underclassmen a sense of what junior and senior year is like, as well as provide them a supportive environment that they can always refer back to. Additionally, I want to widen the school's standardized test prep resources to help students better prepare for the SAT, AP, and Regents exams. This means more preparation books in our libraries, as well as a dedicated, organized spreadsheet on our school's website. I also want to advocate for mental health education, as well as more information on racial and gender equality. Lastly, I want to create a bigger emphasis on the arts here at Bronx Science, because I truly believe that giving students a higher emphasis in arts can broaden their horizons and give them a new way of thinking. Finally, I realize that my platform may be a bit complicated, but I truly believe that my ideas can change the school community for the better. And remember, when April 7th comes around, make an impression, vote for Evan.
Thank you all for your amazing speeches.
First up, for SO Vice President, we have Kazuma Morris.
Hey Bronx Science, my name is Kazuma Morris and I run to be your next SO Vice President. I'm an active member of this wonderful community, being part of varsity soccer, Mall UN, Pre-Med Society, SO Cabinet, and most recently varsity track and sports season. Outside of school, I enjoy volunteering to teach kids at Japanese Children's Society, playing the piano, doing karate, as well as cooking for my family. This year, I've proved to my friends and others that I'm a great student leader. You may know me from chairing Sophomore Social, Freshman Fringle, 12 Days of Coping, Carnation Sales, Haunted House, as well as International Day of Happiness. I'm proud of the work that I put into the SO Cabinet, and I know that I'll be an effective Vice President. Now I'll dive into my platform and what positive change I want to bring to Bronx Science. The Vice President's position is to lead the Nutritional Health Council and Advisory Board on top of being a cabinet leader. This is why I'll do everything in my power to not only coordinate fun events, but to improve the mental and physical well-being of Bronx Science. I'll utilize my position to fight for better Wi-Fi coverage, the Weekly Dish Initiative, improved sanitization, better integration of freshmen, as well as the incorporation of sexuality and gender orientation studies in Bronx Science. I'll collaborate with more student groups and clubs to coordinate more fun events such as Animal Day with Animal Club. And have you seen the clocks? Yeah, they need fixing. Finally, I would like to improve the mental health of the school by initiating the energy break, which will be an opportunity for students to get a longer break during the class periods and have a rest. So the SO Cabinet and student body has done so much for me. They have made me a better student, better brother, and most importantly, a nicer friend. By running for Vice President, I want to give back to my community by implementing the change that we want and need. So remember, on April 7th, vote Kazuma Matata. It means no worries for the rest of your school day.
Second on the ballot is Andrew Morrissey for SO Vice President.
Hi everyone, my name is Andrew Morrissey and I'm running to be your next SO Vice President. This has been a long month of campaigning, but I know that after interacting with all of you to improve upon my ideas and learn more about the student body, that I'm more than ready to take on this position. Even before this election, as your SO Junior Chief of Staff, I've worked in many ways to communicate with all of you about ways to improve my ideas and learn more about the student body, and I hope to continue this work as your next SO Vice President. With events such as a Bronx Science Wellness Day, where students will be taught by professionals who will be brought into the school to teach them more about ways to improve upon their mental health and physical well-being. Let's also have fun events such as a Bronx Science Time Capsule, where students will be able to reminisce on their time at Bronx Science by reconnecting with their freshman selves through a sentimental object of their choice. Let's also have fundraising events such as a Bronx Science Teacher Car Wash and a school-wide art auction, where students will be able to demonstrate their artistic abilities, where we will auction off art to raise money for charities. Finally, let's have a cultural week, because we never spend enough time talking about cultural awareness within Bronx Science. Let's celebrate the cultural diversity within Bronx Science through cultural foods, traditional dances, and cultural clothing as well. Let's do all of this and so much more with me, Andrew Morrissey, as your next SO Vice President. You know what to do, vote for Andrew. Thank you so much.
Finally, running for SO Vice President, we have Roni Shaham.
Hi y'all, I'm Roni Shaham. I'm running to be your next Vice President. For the past year and a half, I've been a member of the SO Cabinet, chairing 8 events and helping with countless others. But I also bring outside leadership experience as well, as I currently lead the New York chapter of my global youth movement, Push Merits a Year. So I bring both an understanding of the SO MO and also a fresh perspective. But enough about me. The real question is, what am I going to do? Coming into Bronx Science, I thought one of the most special places about the school was the Holocaust Museum. But 3 years later, I still don't know when it's open or how to receive a tour. That's why I'm planning on increasing access by working with the NHS to keep it open through SGI, along with introducing an annual survivor speaker event, so you can hear actual testimony from victims of the Holocaust. Next, Bronx Science students are constantly exposed to drugs, sex, alcohol, and mental health struggles far before junior year. It's time to empower underclassmen with the essential knowledge to lead healthy, safe lives. That's why I'm going to bring the health curriculum to 9th and 10th graders by including key aspects of the course in underclassmen gym and freshman advisory, along with advocating for health to be a freshman year class. Along with having health to be more inclusive, let's get Bronx Science more beautiful by incorporating art into Leave Your Mark and having a compost design competition so we can both freshen up the cafeteria and lessen our footprint. Finally, some fun days to look forward to if you vote Roni. Themed food days, like a hot cocoa and s'mores day in the winter, student v faculty sports games so you can dunk on your favorite teachers, and outdoor movie nights so we can enjoy the warm weather and fan favorite films. I'm all about making Bronx Science a more fun, inclusive, and healthy community. If you're a fan of all that, remember to keep calm and vote Shaham.
Cool. Let's move on to SO President.
First up, we have Sud Paul.
Hey Bronx Science, I'm Sud, and I'm ready to be your next SO President. I'm your current SO Secretary and a member of Cabinet, and my role as Secretary has allowed me to oversee every single event done by the SO and chair a multitude of them. I also happen to be on Senate and one of your morning announcers with those corny jokes every single day, and I believe all of these experiences have qualified me to be your next SO President. So, what am I going to do if elected next president? I'm going to focus on your mental health by having a permanent Zen-den. I want to have a tea kettle in the back of the cafeteria so you guys can de-stress with some nice tea if you're ever too stressed out. I also want to have guidance counselors have more meetings with you prior to junior year so you don't have to stress about the college process, and I want to advocate to discontinue mid-years entirely. I want to expose Bronx Science to a variety of cultures by having cultural dance troupes come in so you can expose to what is outside of the world around us, and I also want to increase BIPOC and LGBTQ plus education around us in all of our classes. I want to have more fun events like a faculty dunk tank. I want to have a pro skaters event and more comedy shows. I want to have a school flea market, a permanent bin in the cafeteria where you can place unused clothes, and I have Bronx Zoo researchers come in to teach our students about the world around us. I want to support our athletes by having an athletics competition and having basketball hoops somewhere outside in school grounds that aren't a disturbance to the student body. All of this and so much more. There are stories to be written and stories that have been published. I want to make your Bronx Science story the best it can be. He's your bud, vote for Sud.
Finally, for SO President, we have Lily Matta.
I would first like to thank everyone who has supported me throughout my campaign and Sud for making this a great race. I want to be your SO President because I want to make our school more fun, welcoming, and inclusive. I also have a lot of campaign ideas, ranging from a trained buddy system, to one-on-one college essay help, to even food baskets in the cafeteria to limit food waste. If you have any questions you want to reach out, feel free to reach out via email or Instagram to ask me anything. Now moving on, starting my freshman year, I've always been dedicated about our school. My sophomore year, I was elected to be my homeroom senator, as well as to be on SO Cabinet, where I started my work for our school. My junior year, I also was on SO Cabinet and an alternate senator for my homeroom. And I was working on numerous events with Hispanic Heritage Month earlier this year, and most recently on Women's History Month. I want to be your SO President because I want to make our school a better, more inclusive place for you. Most recently, I also helped our community outside of Bronx Science as I worked for my assembly member and congresswoman on huge issues, such as the Afghanistan evacuation crisis most recently, as well as helping constituents get unemployment benefits during COVID-19. In school, I'm a member of my varsity public forum debate, as well as varsity flag football and Viva Latino. If elected to be your SO President, I will be a dedicated leader who will fight for you with our administration and voice your concerns, as well as to make our school a better school for you. Now remember, don't be silly, vote for Lily on April 7th. Thank you.
Those were all of the speeches, Bronx Science.
Thank you and good luck to all of the candidates running.
And for those of you watching in homeroom, don't forget to cast your votes.